talk about the building your house. I mean, that's a huge endeavor. Your dad obviously has a background building homes and doing real estate. We've recently, in one of my companies, built a bunch of homes, and it is like, we weren't the GC. We partnered with some builders, but kind of managed everything. And man, it's a lot, But just yeah, talk to me about building a house and what gave you the drive to do that, and what did you learn from doing it?
I'd done construction growing up because there's always projects on the farm, new sheds to build, and grew up watching my dad build houses. So it was never that crazy of an idea to me, but definitely the hardest physical thing I've ever put my body through. Um, Remember specifically pouring the upstairs concrete floor. We just did it by hand, so carrying the
Wow.
80-pound bags of cement one by one up the stairs was a highlight. But I was so I'd started the winery, and I knew that my job was short term. I just was kind of dying at that geology job, looking for something else. And once I had my foot out the door after having made some wine, it was just really hard to motivate for a job I hated. So I'd been looking for something else. My experience is in geology, but I'm not going to move to another geology job with the idea of I'm leaving to start this winery as soon as I can. So it was kind of I was lost and looking for something else to do and didn't really want to have a crap job, and it just kind of made sense to move home and build a house with my dad because he had this great little section off his land that he subdivided that was just begging for a house to be built. So my dad's was 73 at the time. We had a guy named Jorge who was the most badass worker you could ask for and knew what he was doing in construction. And me, the three of us built our house outside of plumbing and insulation. We did everything. So really got a intimate view of what it's like to build a house, and it's a pretty awesome thing to understand and just kind of know how a house is put together and works all the way through. I also kind of wouldn't really forgive myself if I always it was like such to build a house with your dad is kind of that's a pretty special thing. And since my dad's getting older, it was like this is now or never. Also, this is the only time I'm ever gonna have a year where it's just like I have nothing to do. Let's build a house. So super special in that way, and it made me really change the perspective of my life. I always knew I wanted to like live in my hometown and have kids and a family here. But like I said, I didn't expect to do it or start thinking about doing it at 25. I expected to do it around 40. But building this house, I just kept picturing my kids running around playing, like having the childhood I had in this space while we were building it. And it definitely ramped up the desire to have that in a shorter time
Man,
period. So